Cheers, everybody. Welcome to another beer review, like you do. And welcome to another beer review, like you do. We've got another supermarket release from Vault City. Now, we got a stout. Apparently, we have a chocolate honeycomb stout called Mini Crunch, clocking in at 6% ABV. Now, this reminds me of a beer that Vocation put in the supermarkets a couple of years ago, which was based on the Crunchy Bar. And this, as you can see by the colour of it and the way it's kind of like um, wrapped, it's based on the Crunchy Bar. So yeah, what do I think of honeycomb in general in beer? Not too much of a. I'll be honest, I'm not too much of a massive fan, but if it works in a beer, I will tell you. That's the best way to come across. They say a chocolatey, rich, smooth, a fun-sized version of a Vault City classic. Let me know what the Vault City must be a crunchy then. The Vault City classic. I do like Vault City. They've pushed the envelope in terms of sour beers um, regarding having it available widely in supermarkets. Because before Vault City came along, sour beers was very much, an underground thing. If you know what I mean. I mean, once Vault City got themselves into the supermarkets, they really pushed the envelope and really pushed sour beer to the forefront. Um, so it says a fun-sized version of Vault City Classic packed to the brim with all the chocolatey honeycomb goodness of the original, but now with a slightly more sessionable ABV. This decadent stout blends bold flavours of rich dark chocolate and everything, and favourite country crunchy stack. I never do I like. Yeah, I do like crunchy. The crunchy's all right. So let's get into the beer. 6%. So this must be the autumnal release in the supermarkets. I've got another release from them for Christmas, which I might review next week. Let's go with. Yeah, real chocolatey. No, you get the honeycomb behind it as well. They've done the homework on this aroma. It smells like getting a crunchy bar, snapping it into and shoving it up your nostrils. You know what I mean? Definitely. So let's pour this out. So, a stout from Vault City, which I'll be honest, I have rinsed my glass this time. It looks flat as a pancake, to be honest. It looks flat. That might be the point because I've kind of like rinsed my glass. It looks like a bloody pint of Coke now. Can't get the light through that, so it's quite very dense black. Let's get aroma. Again, yeah, chocolate honeycomb. Not much else going in, so I'm going to go in. Let's see if it works. Cheers. There's definitely lactose in that. It's sweet. So you agree with the sweetness. It does remind me of the Brewdog release a couple of weeks ago, the Mackey's one. You get an overload of sweetness. It's going again. As you go and you pick up vanilla, the honeycomb element to this, because let's face it, it's advertised as a honeycomb stout. For me, the honeycomb is lost in the vanilla. When you got vanilla and honeycomb together, they're very, in terms of sweetness, they're very, very similar to what they can bring to the table to a taste of a beer. And for me, they're very similar, and you can get lost between the two, and you can't really pick, one out from the other when they're together. Again, again. It's sweet, as I keep saying. It's not overtly sweet. I felt like the Brewdog one was overtly sweet. Um, have they pulled it off? First of all, have they pulled it off? Yeah, to a degree. There's certain points, there's certain things about this beer where I have pulled it off. The aroma, for example, it does smell like a crunchy bar. The beer itself, yeah, you get the chocolatiness, you get the vanilla-ness, honeycomb. For me, the only honeycomb element I can get is that your mouth actually feels like you've eaten a crunchy bar. This is kind of like coating a crunchy bar leaves around your mouth after you've eaten it, and it actually does feel like you've eaten a crunchy bar in terms of that. I think for me, the carbonation should be more aggressive, because if you have a more aggressive carbonation in a beer, I think it creates a more, if you've got honeycomb in it, it creates more of a crunchy feel to it. That's my opinion. I'm not a brewer. So overall, do I think they pulled it off to a degree? Do I think the average Joe public in the supermarket sees this? Do you think they, and they like crunchy? Do you think they'll think it's great? They will. They will. I know they will. Me personally, would I buy this one again? Not my type of beer, to be honest. Is it only my type of beer to bring to you? No, it's not my type of beer. It's not. If I was drinking for me instead of drinking for the channel, I wouldn't buy it. No. It's just not something I would levitate to. Give me good old fashioned ale. It would do me fine. But for you lot out there, yeah, they've kind of like ticked a few boxes regarding this. Yeah, they have. So overall, it's not a disaster. Would I choose this over the Mackies, the Brewdog Mackies? Yes. It's not as sweet as that. Yeah, I would say this would be the better beer to get. Definitely. I think that the Brewdog Mackies was overload in terms of sweetness. So there you go. That's my assumption of this. Full City's Mini Crunch. If you haven't tried it or you're going to try it, if you like Crunchy Bar, I think you think, yeah, they pulled it off to a degree. Thank you so much for watching this one. Look after yourselves. Kiss it. Bib bib.